Hey guys, this is Ray, owner of RR Diesel. Welcome back to the shop and the channel. And guys, I'm doing a quick video because we've got some really big news out of Washington, D.C. I've got a CBS News article here. I'm going to read you parts of it anyway. I will post the link in the video description below. Today is January 22nd. This came out as of yesterday. So, CBS News article title says, Justice Department kills cases cracking down on auto emissions cheating. Let me read it to you. The Justice Department on Wednesday ordered federal prosecutors to stop pursuing criminal charges and drop all pending cases targeting the sale of illicit defeat devices that are used to tamper with air pollution control systems in diesel-powered vehicles, according to a memo seen by CBS News. The edict, issued by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, marks the first time that the Justice Department has formally taken steps to scale back environmental criminal enforcement since President Trump took the office back in January 2025. In the memo, Blanche wrote that he was taking this step to ensure consistent and fair prosecution under the law, as well as to ensure the best use of department resources, according to the copy reviewed by CBS News. Although the Trump administration took drastic steps throughout 2025 to roll back environmental rules targeting greenhouse gas emissions, many of those actions focused on regulations or civil enforcement, as opposed to criminal environmental enforcement. In justifying the decision, Blanche cited a new and untested legal theory that runs counter to conclusions reached by both career federal prosecutors and attorneys for the Environmental Protection Agency, according to the internal government records reviewed by CBS and multiple sources familiar with the matter. It goes on to say the theory persists that violations could not be prosecuted as crimes under the Clean Air Act, could only be pursued as civil defenses. A Justice Department spokesperson, when asked for comment on the memo, pointed to a social media post made late Wednesday afternoon. It is said the department was exercising its enforcement discretion to no longer pursue criminal charges of the Clean Air Act based upon allegations of tampering with software associated with mission control devices. There's more to the article here to read. Like I said, I'll put a link in the video description below. But basically, Mr. Blanche has had a change of mind based upon his interpretation of the Clean Air Act, and also going back to some prior cases. You all know about Troy Lake's pardon. You know about some other criminal cases that were dismissed. You know, in a video I released as of yesterday that I had heard from another shop owner who was being charged criminally, was told by his legal team in Washington, D.C. that his criminal case was likely going to be dropped and there was going to be some big news coming out of D.C. And certainly there has been some big news. So summing up this article, basically, the DOJ says that the way they interpret the Clean Air Act now, that it never give any authority for OBD diagnostics to be maintained as far as how the Clean Air Act was written. Therefore, since they interpret that the Clean Air Act does not require OBD systems to be maintained for readiness, that they can no longer charge people criminally for tampering with them. However, they still say that it can be given as a civil charge, and civil cases could still stand and be pursued. Now, I will stop right here and just argue the point. Well, if it's no longer valid, if the Clean Air Act doesn't mandate OBD readiness controls, all that stuff to be in place, then if they can't go after you criminally for that, then neither should they go after you civilly for that. It's you know, a lot to be argued there, but this is a big win for shop owners like myself and others. And why do I say that? Well, this right here is solid proof that we no longer, as shop owners and diesel tuners, have to worry about the federal government knocking on our door in an effort to get us in trouble and lock us up in prison. Now, technically, according to this article, they still are pursuing civil cases. So deletes are not legal. Let me just go ahead and stress that according to things right now. But they can only go after guys like us civilly, which means, they say they come in and say, we found you guilty of selling and installing these devices. Therefore, we're going to look and see how many you installed or sold and come up with a fine and fine you. But we can't charge you criminally. We can't put you in jail. So big win. Big win, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been walking the straight and narrow since 2023, since I was targeted by the EPA and I had a civil case brought against me. I've made sure that I haven't been doing anything I'm not supposed to do, but all at the same time, I couldn't help but worry that I was still being watched by the government and they were just looking to trip me up to throw criminal charges on me. Because I'd always get emails and requests for delete tuning for obvious reasons, but you never know when the government might be trying to do something undercover to get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I can rest assured, for at least while Donald Trump's in office, that I don't have to worry about the federal government looking to lock me up for offering for sale delete parts and tunes. Now, where does that leave me? I'm still supposed to abide by the Clean Air Act. So I'm still not supposed to sell delete parts and tuning, but this is a big step in the right direction, and hopefully it has not stopped at this point right here, and people in DC will keep pushing to bring common sense to this entire issue. This still does not change the fundamental fact that this whole emissions systems mandates that we've been dealing with since basically 2010, it still doesn't validate that being right, because it's not right. The EPA's studies are flawed. They don't take into account everything out there. And like I said in a prior video, I've got some documentation that I will share on a later date that proves that a truck properly tuned, deleted, can and will run cleaner than one with all the emission stuff on it with the factory tune. So I'll leave that there, but this is big news. I know a lot of other guys out there who have had criminal charges or pending criminal charges are breathing a big sigh of relief, and hopefully this is just the beginning, guys. But I wanted to share this with you. Fresh breaking news as of yesterday, and I wanted to get on here this morning and make a video and get it out today so you guys could hear about the good news. But keep pushing. Like I said in the prior video, make sure you share that video with the White House, people in the EPA. Keep pushing the whole narrative that we need to get some reform done to the Clean Air Act, so shop owners and tuners and ultimately consumers and truck owners can remove problematic stuff that's really not doing any good anyway, cost effectively. So keep the pressure on. Guys, whenever I hear anything else new, I'll share it with you. As always, thank you for following along. God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you again soon.